Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the next assignment of C++ language in object-oriented programming. So today's assignment we have the objective of having stack operations and with the concepts of constructors and destructors in classes. So we can read the statement from the problem that write a program in C++ to implement stack, design the class for stack and the operations to be performed on stack, use constructors and destructors. The objective of this assignment is to learn the concepts, classes and objects, constructors and destructors. Okay, so you can see that classes and objects, the concept that we have seen earlier in the second assignment, and constructors and destructors are some new concepts that we are going to see today. So we'll start with the program. Here you can see hash include IO stream. So the IO stream is the header file that we use always for having the C++ keywords and the particular libraries included for the program. Then I have hash define size 5. The hash define is a directive which will equate the label size with the value given as 5. Then I have using namespace std for I think I have described this earlier also, but again for the avoiding the use of std prefix again and again with the C++ objects, we use this line using namespace std. Now we start with the class stack where class is the keyword and stack is the class name. Then we start with the fields, that is int top comma a in square bracket size. Here top is the variable that will change its position in the stack, and a of size is array by which we are implementing the stack. As you already know, the array is the data type which collects the homogeneous data type variables. Then starting with public access specifier, we have void push in parenthesis int x. So that means for inserting elements into the stack, then int of void display int st underscore empty int st underscore full. So these are the 5 functions that we are seeing. Push and pop are the functions for particular operations of pushing and popping elements to and from the stack. Display is the function for displaying the uh, output of the operation, and st underscore empty and st underscore full are the functions for checking the condition of the stack. So that we are going to see. Now coming to the concept of constructor and destructor, the constructor is same as the function in the class, but it is a special function which will be used to initialize particular objects declared in the particular functions. So if I declare some object of the class stack, so by default the constructor will be invoked by the object and accordingly that will be initialized. Okay, so here the stack parenthesis, it is the constructor with parenthesis. This is the syntax. The constructor name will be same as the class name. In the body of constructor, it is top is equal to -1. So always remember, when the stack is initialized, it is created, then the top is equal to -1. That means when bucket is empty, the last empty location is its bottom, and in the programming of C++ it is considered as -1. So top is equal to -1 stands for the stack is empty. Next line we have tilde sign and same stack parenthesis. So this is the syntax of destructor, and in the body we have nothing but one statement that destructor is executed. This thing will be only executed at the end of scope of the object. Now and this the class definition ends. Now we start with the definition of each and every function that have been declared inside the stack class. Here int stack scope resolution operator st underscore empty. So here as we are defining the function here, this is the syntax: return type, class name, scope resolution operator, function name, and the parenthesis. And if the arguments are there, they are inside that parenthesis. So this particular function is checking inside the function we have if top is equal to -1. So when we have two equal to signs, that means it is checking. It is conditional checking. It is not relation or it is not assignment. It is checking. If top is equal to -1, so I have already told you that when top is equal to -1, that means at that time the stack is empty. So if top is equal to -1, return 1. Return 1 means it will return 1 to the main program and it will display that the stack is empty. Else return 0. If it is not empty, then it will return 0. So that will see when will go to the main function. Now st underscore empty and st underscore full, they are exactly opposite functions. So in st underscore full, we check if top is equal to size -1. Now pay attention, size we have already declared as 5 and 5 -1. Why -1? Because in the case of array or in the case of stack for that time, we start with 0 and not 1, and that's why whatever locations are there, say 5 locations, so we'll count them from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if the top is equal to size -1, that means it has reached the highest value, it will return 1, else return 0. So it will check for whether stack is full or not. Now next function is void stack scope resolution push int x. So here the stack pointer, that is top, it is top plus plus. That means it is incremented first and then the incremented location or the index location of that array as same as stack will be given certain value or it will be passed with an element. And next function is int stack scope resolution pop. Here we have one variable int r. So r is equal to a of top. So what we are doing is we are having one local variable in which we are taking the popped out value or retrieved value from the stack, and then after retrieving the value we are decrementing the stack pointer and returning the r to the main function. Then we have the display function. Now in display function, what we are doing is we are having one for loop in which we have one directly introduced variable in I is equal to 0, I less than is equal to top I plus plus. So it will go on checking from the 0th location, that means from the bottom of the stack to the top, that means the last filled location of the stack, and it will display the contents of stack by asking the display function by using the for loop. Okay, so here we are coming to the main function. Now in main function we have one variable of type character and its identifier is ans answer, stack s, so stack is the class name and s is the object name, int op comma x comma y. So we'll see one by one why we are using this, why we are declaring this particular variables. So we are having one do while loop over here. So it starts over here do, then we have cout menu. So it will be printing on console these particular things. It will print push, pop and display as the options for the user. It will ask enter your option. So accordingly 1, 2, 3 or the particular operation numbers should be given, and accordingly it will be taken into the op variable and it is taken into the cin. Okay, it will be taken into by the object cin into the op variable. So according to the value of op, the switch case we are using inside the do while loop. So if it is 1, so obviously it is a push case, so it will jump to the case 1. So for pushing, we first need to know whether the stack is full or not. Means if the stack is full, how can we push some value over the stack? So if in parenthesis this exclamation mark is for negation, so it will check if not s.st underscore full and parenthesis. So I'll explain it one by one. S is the object name. Dot operator is used for accessing the particular function. So it will check whether this condition, whether it is true or not. Negation means it is asking for falsity of the function. If it is true, obviously it will not run. If it is false, then it will run. So it is a what we can say reverse case. Okay, so if this is the case, then it will come into the if body, and then it will write enter the number to be pushed. The user will give certain value to be pushed, the element, and then s dot push in bracket x, it will do the job. So push function will be called, that we have seen earlier, and the value will be pushed. And if this is not the case, what will happen? If the stack is full, this condition, if it is positive or if it is true, the else part of the if loop will be executed, in which it will display stack is full. Okay, and again we have to give break statement after all the cases in the particular switch cases. Then second case is for the pop case. Okay, we have written it earlier over here. Second case is pop. Okay, so the second case pop, we have to check for empty condition. So if not s dot st underscore empty, so that means it is checking. Now if it is popping something out of the stack, and if there is nothing in the stack, how can you retrieve some value from the stack? So for that case, st underscore empty function is used, same like s dot st underscore full. Okay, so for its falsity, if condition checks this particular parenthesis, and if it is false, then it will what we can say pop or remove or retrieve the top value from the stack. So it is taken as y is equal to s dot pop parenthesis. So s dot pop function will what we can say pop out or retrieve the topmost value from the stack, and then we have the integer y declared over here that we are using here. So y is equal to s dot pop. Okay, so the retrieved or popped out value we are taking into the variable y, and then we are displaying removed element y. Now, if the case is false, that means say the stack is empty. In that case, this if condition will not execute, and the else part will be executed, in which it will write stack is empty. Okay, and then the third condition that we have written over here is display. Okay, so for that case, we have third option, or the what you can say third case, in which we are directly writing s dot display irrespective of any condition, and then break statement, because break is always used with all with end of all the cases, and here your switch case ends. Then we have cout. Do you want to continue? So it is asking for user to continue this whole procedure and see in answer. So it is expecting some answer from the user. So ans is the variable that we have written earlier. Now for that case, we have used the do while loop. Now in while loop, we are putting the condition that if the particular user gives y in small or capital way, then the user wants to continue. And for that case, we are checking twice, because the user can give y in smaller or uppercase. So for that case, ans is equal to in single colons y, or condition answer double equal to in single colons capital Y. So if any kind of Y is pressed, then the whole thing will go back to the menu do function, and then it will restart from that point. So for that, you will see the program output. I suppose everybody has understood the logic of this program. Okay, so I'll share the screen with you. Yes, 1 second, please. Okay, so I have used the uh, two as option for popping when I haven't given anything in the stack. So it is writing stack is empty. Then I have do you want to continue? I have given Y. So it is going back to the menu. Now if I press 1 and enter, then it asks me enter the number to be pushed. Okay, so I give a number, say 5, and enter. Again, it will ask me, do you want to continue? I'll press Y, enter. Again, push 1, enter. Then enter number to be pushed, 6, enter. Do you want to continue? Y, enter. 1 for push, enter. 9 as element, enter. Do you want to continue? Y, enter. 1 for push, enter. 2 as element, enter. Do you want to continue? Y, enter. Option for push 1, enter. 4 as element, enter. Do you want to continue? Y, enter. Then again push operation 1, enter. Now see, I have inserted 5 elements, and that's why now it is showing the stack is full. Okay, and now it asks me, do you want to continue? Again, if I say Y, okay, it will show me the menu again. And if I use the option 3 for display and enter, it will show me the stack elements that I have put from its top to bottom way. So you can see 4 is the element that I have pushed at the last. So 5 will be the first element in the stack, then 6, then 9, then 2, then 4. Okay, so I suppose all of you have understood how the works. Now see, for if after the do you want to continue, if I press anything except Y, it says destructor is executed. So in this way we can also see that how destructor can be executed. So I think all of us have understood how we can use the particular stack operations and how we can use constructors and destructors. Thank you.